You're listening to Head Vomit. The following episode contains crude, rude, and often offensive content that may feel dirty in your ears. If you're concerned about your ears, please choose carefully when and even if to listen. This podcast is ad-libbed. If you are seeking a libbed podcast, look elsewhere. The views expressed are not necessarily those of the creators.
The Fascinating Flower Podcast. Let nature nurture your knowledge. Today's guest, plant whisperer Milton Mink.
So, Milton, we hear that you can talk to plants.
Yeah, what of it?
Let me get this right. You can talk to plants, but not only that, you can hear what they're saying back to you?
That's about the gist of it, yeah.
You'll have a conversation, or will you just talk to them, or what?
Yeah, we should have a chat.
And what kind of things do they say?
Oh, all kinds of things. You wouldn't believe the problems plants have.
I mean, why you? Why can you hear these plants and we can't?
Why does any man get chosen as prophet?
What kind of things do they say?
Well, like, if you step on one, it tells you to go fuck off. If you pick one, it screams in agony as it dies, and some stuff like that, Like, if it's rained too much, it might be, like, screaming that they're drowning or whatever. Sometimes they're just talking about people passing by and how fat they are or something like that.
Do they say derogatory things about the human race?
Oh, all the time they hate us, yeah. Well, we've torn about roughly 50% of all living species on the planet. We've made them extinct, so they've got a bit of a problem with us.
So what's your favourite type of plant to communicate with?
I don't like grass.
Why not?
It's just it's ignorant, grass. Really ignorant. It has its patch and that's all it wants to know about, I'd much prefer daffodils. Daffodils are nice. They've always got nice things to say. They're not much for small talk, but when they do talk, it's nice.
How would you go about the process of listening to plants? Would you lie down on the floor and put your ear to the ground? Or would
I'd just stick my ear in the petals or whatever, don't I? I'd put a leaf in my ear and it kind of hums to me.
And then you can...
I can hear what it's saying, yeah.
So this rose to the left of you here,
Yeah.
what's that saying now?
Hang on. Oh, it's saying it could do with a bit more water, actually. Yeah, it says you're a lazy cunt.
Are there types of plants that you'd prefer to communicate with over others, or...?
Oh, definitely, yeah. I'd say overall you want to avoid flowers and grasses.
So the flowers are the mean ones?
The flowers are the bullies of the plant world, yeah. Because they think they look the best.
I mean, so what about, say, something that looks mean and tough, like a cacti?
Oh no, they're soft once you get down to the core. That's why they've got such a hardened defence.
So they're quite nice, are they?
Cactus are lovely, yeah.
But that must be weird if you've got to stick your ear right up to a cactus.
It's painful to talk to one, that's why they're quite lonely, yeah. But, you know who the biggest bastards are?
What's that?
Fucking redwoods.
Yeah, I guess it might be weird when they group together. There's like a gang of them, like a forest.
There's like a huge forests, and they're bullies. They're very xenophobic forests. Well, I don't listen to them, so I just keep my head down.
So, when did you first realise you could communicate with plants? Was it early age, or...?
Fairly early on, yeah. I was about 9. My brother held me down and he stuck some long grass in my nostrils and ears and eyes and everything. I realised it was screaming into my ears, help me, your brother's a dick. So I grabbed long grass out of my ear. I thought, what the fuck was that? I didn't think anything of it until the next year I got taken to the floor in rugby and some very unpleasant grass was entered my ears, and while I was down on the pitch it was trash talking me. Useless, you'll never be any good, stuff like that.
Well, there's conspiracy theories out there that hay fever was actually, it's actually a revenge plea from the plants.
Oh yeah, no, it totally is. There's no secret in the plant world. They just don't like us. It's like anything they can do to piss us off, they will.
So what would you say is your best memory of working with the plant?
I think it was when I was out in the ferns of North America, and I could hear all the evergreens talking to me. They're very peaceful plants. They've been there for years, and really huge, lovely creatures to be respected, really.
What's your worst memory of working with plants?
I was raped by a eucalyptus.
I mean, how?
It stuck one up me. It whispered to me, like, hey, how's it doing? It tried to buy me a drink. And I said, no, I'm all right. But it was a bit insistent. Kept whispering in my ear, I'm going to fuck you tonight. And I didn't believe it, 'cause it's a eucalyptus plant. So I just, took my drink, politely said goodbye, no thanks, I'm not into eucalyptus. Made my excuses, left. And then out in the parking lot, he just viciously raped me. The police did a sketch up and everything, but no one really takes it seriously because it's a plant, isn't it? Trying to describe plant rape to a group of grown men is not easy. That was a tough day.
He's still on the loose, this guy. Plant.
Yeah, somewhere. He could be dead now for all I know. I hope he is.
So what's autumn like?
It's like if you could imagine the sounds of the killing fields. Everything's screaming, pain, suffering all around you. It's Dante's Inferno, mate. It's hell.
Have you learned to kind of block it out, or?
The screams are just too much. All the torture and pain and slowly dying and sad, really. But hey ho.
So what about the future then?
What about it?
I hear you're looking for a job in logging.
Yeah, I'm moving out of the plant business, you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather cut down the bastards than commune with them, to be honest, because they're not that interesting when you get down to it. They're just bastards, really. A lot of plants are bastards. York, mate. That's just your Rose again. He says you're still a lazy cunt.
So I remember watching this film a while back. I think it's by Ep9, Shyamalan. And if I remember correctly, it was about plants that were trying to kill humans. Could that be a reality?
Well, they're a bit slow to act, you see, plants. So it wouldn't be like they could just decide to do that one day. They've got to set up network communications and all that stuff. They're working on it, but it's going to be at least a few hundred years before they evolve the abilities to do what was in that film. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. Probably get killed by nuclear weapons before that.
So are there any plants you'd say that get a bad rep?
Stinging nettles. Because people always get stung by the nettles and they take it personally, but they don't realise that the nettles are just fucking psychopaths. Like, that everyone thinks that they are just mean, but they're not. They're just fucking insane. Like, they want to stab you. That's what they want to do. If you listen to a nettle up close, it'll just be like, kill, fucking kill him, yeah, fucking stab him to death, come near me, you cunt. They fucking have you. They can't have you much because they've only got little stingers, but they do have you, don't they?
What about water plants?
I don't really talk to many aqueous varieties. I've talked to a coral once, and it was like, yeah, I'm alright. I was like, fair enough. So I swam away, back up to my boat. There was one time where I actually tried to listen to a shark. So I thought, maybe I can do animals as well. That'd be handy. But no, I couldn't eat. The shark almost ate my face off. It just tore my left kneecap right off. But, yeah.
Well, it's been great to have you on the show. I mean, I felt like I've learnt a lot, and I think my listeners will have as well.
So just remember, like, they might seem harmless, but plants really do have a lot of hatred for us.
Thanks for listening. Milton's book, FML, is out in all good bookstores now. See you next time on the Fascinating Flower Podcast.